Welcome to the presentations from Bio LMC. This presentation is about how we convert conventional nitrogen cycle into FixNitri DeAssiAmmo Home. This group consists of Mr. Lerfos Janus, Miss Maspaitila Malius, and Madam Kolina Sakim. The reasons why we come up with this idea is, as a lecturer, we were aware that nitrogen cycle is not an easy task per student. Students need to memorize 5 different processes, 4 different nitrogen compounds, and 5 different bacteria. We asked our fellow lecturers, what is the situation? Their response are, not easy to memorize the names of the bacteria. Not easy to find a complete diagram. Not easy to memorize the names of bacteria and the process involved in nitrogen cycle. Then we get the feedback from the students. Most of them agreed they are having problem to memorize the nitrogen compound, the name of the bacteria, and the process involved in nitrogen cycle. We have 3 objectives for this innovation. First, to simplify the nitrogen cycle, to make it easier for students to memorize the processes, nitrogen compound, and organisms involved. Second, to induce creativity and innovation. And third, to help students to get ready for their exam. This innovation consists of 7 phases. Phase 1, brainstorming and prototyping. Phase 2, design assessment item. Phase 3, implementation. Phase 4, data analysis. Phase 5, reflection. Phase 6, modification. And Phase 7, report writing. Overall, it will take 5 weeks to complete all the phases in this innovation. We would like to share some of the crucial process on how we fabricate idea into innovation. Here are the example of conventional nitrogen cycle that can be found from the internet or book. We want to convert them into a form that is easy to imagine and to memorize. Then we come up with the idea FixNitri DeAssiAmmo Home. The underlying teaching principle in this innovation is Memorization Technique that combines mnemonic, acronym, and visual spatial. To materialize FixNitri DeAssiAmmo Home, we apply thinking techniques such we substitute process into mnemonic sound. We also substitute compound into acronym. We combine 3 memorization techniques consists of mnemonic, acronym, and visual spatial. We also adapting the components of nitrogen cycle into root cycle and flow cycle. We also modify conventional nitrogen cycle into a home-based shape. To enrich the learning activities, we prepare a handout, practice 1 and practice 2. That also will be the items for pre-test and post-test. We also provide a table to evaluate how students apply FixNitri DeAssiAmmo Home to complete the task. During class, lecturer introduced the FixNitri DeAssiAmmo Home as an alternative method to explain nitrogen cycle. Lecturer also will encourage students and guide students to sketch and to understand the nitrogen cycle. Also, we allowed students to share their experience with FixNitri DeAssiAmmo Home in front of the class. During the interventions, we compare the mean of pre-test and post-test. Students' ability to name the process and compound increased 24% from 4.80 to 6.54 out of 7. Students' ability to name the organisms increased of 38% from 1.84 to 3.36 out of 4. The ability to describe the process increased 30% from 0.46 to 1.06 out of 2. Overall, increased 29% from 7.16 to 10.96 out of 13. Also, we noticed that 56% of the students gained significant increase in the mean of the post-test, in which average increase of 5.03 from 6.14 to 11.17 out of 13. Besides the increase in the mean of the post-test, we also noticed some students applying or sketching the FixNitri DeAssiAmmo Home during practice 2. Here, another example how students use the FixNitri DeAssiAmmo Home to complete the practice 2. In the near future, we're glad to say that we have another things to add on to this current FixNitri DeAssiAmmo Home. We have the method that will help students memorize the names of the bacteria based on the process involved. As a part of the effort to share knowledge, we had the opportunity to share this innovation to educators from 3 colleges and 1 school. After the sharing session, we asked the perception towards FixNitri DeAssiAmmo Home. The response are 88.2% agree that FixNitri DeAssiAmmo Home help them to understand nitrogen cycle, help them to memorize the sequence of the processes, and help them to memorize the nitrogen compound in nitrogen cycle. While 94.1% agree that FixNitri DeAssiAmmo Home help them to memorize the name of the organism and help them to describe the processes involved in nitrogen cycle. Now we have the conclusion. Students are comfortable to use FixNitri DeAssiAmmo Home because in a unique way, it helps students to memorize nitrogen cycle. This memorization technique also can be applied into various topics and subjects. FixNitri DeAssiAmmo Home also has positive impact to students' progress. That's all from Bio LMC. Thank you for having us.